Hey everyone, today I want to show you how to build this really creative filtered dynamic chart in Excel. And what this does is when you make changes to these selections, you can see that the chart below is dynamically changing with it. Basically, I've got some start dates and some finish dates, and it's referencing this table of information on the left hand side. So if I have a look at the drop down, the dates go from 2025 January to December 2025. But one other really cool thing about this setup is you can continually add data as it comes in. So if I want to add January 26 data and say $90,000, you can see once I go back to these drop downs, they dynamically update as well. And January 26 is now available. So I can use that as selection and my table or my chart updates with it. So it's a really handy feature. It's pretty simple to do. So I'm going to do this very quickly. So just pause and rewind if you need to. And don't forget, if you like what you see, please click that like button or subscribe. Okay, so let's recreate this on the right hand side of the spreadsheet. The first thing we need is some data, so let's copy what we had before. Copy and paste the values. Next thing we need to do is turn this data set into a table range. It just makes things a whole lot more dynamic. So I'm going to highlight this range, go up into the ribbon to insert and select table on the left hand side. It highlights that range. Mine has headers, so I want to keep this selection clicked. My table has headers and press OK. Now this table is selected, you can see there's a new option up in the ribbon called Table Design. On the left hand side, we're just going to change this table name to something that is really easy to remember because we're going to need it later. I'm going to call my table name Data. Press Enter and select outside the cell. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to create these drop down menus, and these are dynamic, remember, so let's show you how to do that. So we'll have the start date and the finish date. And we're going to select cell T5 and we're going to go up into the ribbon to the data tab, and on the right hand side there's an option called data tools. One of the options also in there is called data validation. We're going to select that, and under allow we want to create a list, and we want this list to be dynamic, so we can't just go and select a range which we'd typically do to create a list. We need to build a little formula, and it's really simple. So it's called equals indirect, open brackets, double quotation mark, and this is where we need to put that table range or the table name. So we called it data, if you remember. And in the square brackets, we need to make sure we put which heading we want to put as our list. We want month to be the list. So we're going to type in month. Close those square brackets, double quotation marks, and close the brackets and press enter. And you can see now that we've got all the list from this table on the left hand side. And just like I did before, if I add a new one in there, January 26, and select that down arrow, January 26 is now available. So let's copy this over for finish. So we'll go back up into the ribbon to data, go to data validation, change it to list, put that same formula in there and press OK. And now we've got a start and a finish date. So the next thing we need to do is we need to create a little formula that has a filter option. This filters the table based on these selections. It's a pretty simple formula to build. Just follow along. Again, just pause and rewind if I go too quick. Equals filter, open brackets. What are we filtering? We're filtering this table range from January all the way down to the bottom. And you can see in the formula that it's selected the table of data when you've selected that range. Press comma. And we want to create a couple of conditions. The first condition, and we'll put it into brackets, is that the range of month, and you select that and you can see it's changed it to the data month, is greater than or equal to the start date in T5, and close the brackets. If you want a second condition in a filter function, you need to use the multiply sign or the star sign and create another one. And the second condition, again, is if the date range, M6 to M18, is smaller than or equal to the finish date. And we'll close the brackets. And if it's empty, after the comma, I'm just going to put a double quotation mark in there to make it a blank. close the brackets and press enter. But as you can see, no data's appeared. And that's because we haven't got anything selected in the start and finish dates. So let's go and select something. January 25 to August 25, and you can see the values have appeared. Now the final step is to simply add this chart. So because this is a spill formula, it makes it really simple. You just select that cell where the spill formula is built. In my case, cell P6. Go up to the ribbon, insert, and go and select a chart. It can be a line chart, it can be a column chart, whatever you like. I'm going to select the 2D column chart and press enter. You can see the chart is there and it's dynamic with those selections from the drop down. Instead of January 25, I'll select March and the chart updates. Now it's as simple as that. The last stage is just formatting, just to make sure everything looks tidy. What I usually do is I like to hide those formulas, so I've just changed the cell font from black to white, and it makes it look like it's hidden. And then I'm just going to copy the format from my other table, right click, copy, select my new chart, right click, paste special, formats. And there you go. My chart is set, it's ready to go. It's a filtered dynamic chart. Really handy. Hope you like my video. See you next time.